Welcome to Paranormal Nightshift, your home for everything that goes bump in the dark, and your fan stories told right here. Today's story comes from Jamie, and it is titled Sarah's Car. Before we get into tonight's story, I want to let you in on something special. Ever wanted to get a jump on the paranormal action? Crave more chills, more thrills, more unexplained phenomena? Well, now's your chance. Become a member of our Patreon and get exclusive access to our early episodes. That's right, a whole week before anyone else. Not only that, but our Patreon episodes are completely ad-free, so you can dive right into the creepy without any interruptions. But that's not all. Patreon members also get a front row seat to our brand new ebook series, Paranormal Time Traveler. In this thrilling saga, our time-traveling investigator journeys back in time to explore the strange and unexplained stories submitted by you, our amazing listeners. So, if you're ready to take your paranormal obsession to the next level, head on over to Patreon and join the Paranormal Nightshift family. You won't want to miss what we have in store for you. Our Patreon link is in the description, or visit patreon.com/Paranormal Nightshift. Now, let's get into tonight's story. The fluorescent lights cast a sterile glow on the dispatch center, a stark contrast to the inky blackness outside. It was another night shift at the tow truck company, a symphony of chirping radios and the occasional muffled conversation, the only sounds breaking the monotony. 3 years on the job had hardened me to most things: horrific accident scenes, irate customers at 3 a.m., the soul-crushing loneliness that comes with being the only dispatcher at night. February in a small town meant a lull in calls, the biting cold, keeping most people tucked away indoors. But the peace was shattered when a local woman, Sarah Miller, went missing. Weeks of frantic searching yielded nothing, leaving a gaping hole in the community. Then one early morning a call came in. A car had been spotted, partially submerged in the town lake. My stomach lurched. It had to be Sarah. The retrieval was grim. The rusted hulk of the car was pulled from the icy water, and the confirmation of our worst fears came soon after. Sarah was inside, her body pale and lifeless. The police investigation meant the car couldn't be processed at the usual impound lot. The pristine garage, normally reserved for high-end vehicles, was deemed the safest place to preserve it as evidence. That garage, with its rows of gleaming vehicles, had always felt reassuringly empty at night. The security cameras lining the walls had never captured anything more than the occasional prowling raccoon or stray cat. But the arrival of Sarah's car, now christened the Ghost Car by the night shift crew, changed everything. The first sign was subtle. My drivers started reporting strange noises from the lot, disembodied voices, whispers on the wind. I dismissed it as fatigue or overactive imaginations. Then it was my turn. Watching the feed from the garage camera, I saw a flicker of light, a reflection I couldn't explain bouncing off the dusty windshield of the car. My stomach twisted. Were the guys just messing with me? I brushed it off, but a seed of unease was planted. But then the activity escalated. Tools hanging on the wall clattered to the floor for no reason. The overhead lights flickered wildly, plunging the garage into momentary darkness. The drivers, even the toughest ones, were spooked. Panic clawed at me. It couldn't be real. It had to be a malfunction with the cameras, faulty wiring, anything but a restless spirit. I called repair companies, technicians baffled by the non-existent problems. Replaced equipment, only to have the weird occurrences continue. Finally, the investigation wrapped up. With a collective sigh of relief, the day shift driver hauled the car outside, depositing it in the farthest corner of the lot. None of the night crew would even go near it. For months, The ghost car sat there, a rusty monument to a chilling encounter. Every night, I'd steal a glance at the grainy image on the security feed, half expecting to see something, anything. But there was always just the car, a silent reminder of the unexplained events that forever changed our peaceful nights at the tow truck company. Finally, I left. A new job beckoned. But a part of me will always wonder what lurked within that car, and why it chose us, the weary souls of the night shift, to witness its restless spirit. Remember, if you want to support the show, head on over to our Patreon page. Your contributions help us keep the lights on, the stories flowing, and the time traveler fueled up for his next adventure. But hey, if you can't support us financially, no worries. Just sharing the show with a friend or rating us on your favorite podcast platform goes a long way. And if you've got a spooky story of your own, we'd love to hear it. Share it with us right here on Paranormal Nightshift. You never know, your story might just become the next chapter in the Paranormal Time Traveler series and told here on the show. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled for the unexplained, your ears open for the unheard, and your minds open to the possibilities.